What if the most advanced consciousness-expanding technology ever created was hidden in a secret facility and then stolen by intelligence agencies? Deep beneath the Harz Mountains in occupied Europe, in a concrete research complex that officially never existed, wartime scientists conducted experiments that would revolutionize humanity's understanding of consciousness itself. The project, known only as Die Glocke, the bell, combined cutting-edge laser technology with naturally occurring consciousness-expanding compounds to create what researchers described as awareness enhancement systems. By the time Allied forces discovered the facility in 1945, the bell-shaped device and its revolutionary technology had vanished, along with the scientists who created it and the research participants who had volunteered for the studies. But the technology didn't disappear. It was quietly transferred to the United States under Operation Paperclip, where it became the foundation for decades of classified research into consciousness enhancement, perception alteration, and what government documents euphemistically called advanced cognitive studies through pharmaceutical laser guidance. The same technology that once powered wartime experiments in human awareness now operates in classified facilities around the world, hidden behind legitimate research programs and pharmaceutical development projects. The story begins in 1943, when high-ranking military officials received authorization from government leadership to establish a new research facility dedicated to what classified documents called Neue Physik, new physics. The project was classified at the highest levels of wartime leadership, with funding that exceeded the Manhattan Project, and security protocols that prevented even senior officials from accessing the facility without explicit authorization from military command. The facility, constructed deep underground near a remote village, employed over 2,000 personnel, including some of Europe's most brilliant scientists, engineers, and medical researchers. The location was chosen for its proximity to natural electromagnetic anomalies that enhanced the effectiveness of consciousness enhancement experiments. Local folklore described the area as mystical, with reports of strange lights and unusual experiences that dated back centuries, suggesting that electromagnetic phenomena had been affecting human awareness long before wartime scientists arrived to study and harness these effects. The Bell Project emerged from earlier classified research into what scientists termed vril energy, a theoretical force that could influence matter and consciousness through electromagnetic fields. Initial experiments had focused on anti-gravity propulsion and energy generation, but by 1943, researchers had discovered something far more significant. Specific electromagnetic frequencies could interact with naturally occurring compounds in the human brain to induce controlled enhanced awareness and expanded consciousness states. Construction of the Bell chamber required materials and techniques that pushed wartime engineering capabilities to their absolute limits. The chamber walls incorporated layers of specialized metals designed to contain and focus electromagnetic radiation while preventing interference from external sources. The construction process required hundreds of skilled technicians who were exposed to unusual radiation levels during installation of the electromagnetic field generators. These workers were systematically relocated upon completion of their assignments to maintain absolute secrecy about the project's technical specifications. The breakthrough came when government chemist Dr. Friedrich Bergius synthesized a concentrated form of N-dimethyltryptamine, a compound found in certain plants and produced naturally in small quantities by the human brain. When this compound was introduced into research volunteers through precisely calibrated laser delivery systems, the results exceeded all expectations. Participants reported enhanced awareness experiences, expanded consciousness states, and access to information that couldn't have been obtained through conventional means. The synthesis process required exotic botanical specimens obtained through classified expeditions to South America, Tibet, and remote regions of Africa. Government researchers had been collecting consciousness-enhancing plants since 1935, building the world's most comprehensive library of awareness-affecting compounds and their potential applications in cognitive research and intelligence gathering. The synthesis techniques developed by Bergius represented the culmination of years of research into naturally occurring consciousness-affecting substances. But the wartime innovation wasn't just chemical, it was technological. Traditional research with plant-based compounds produced unpredictable and uncontrolled consciousness states that lasted hours and left participants temporarily unable to function normally. The Bell's laser delivery system solved both problems by allowing precise dosing directly to specific brain regions and maintaining continuous wireless monitoring of participants' consciousness while they were in enhanced states. This technological advancement transformed natural compounds from unpredictable, consciousness-affecting substances into precision tools for awareness enhancement and cognitive research. The laser delivery system represented the most advanced optical technology of its era, incorporating principles that wouldn't be formally understood until the development of modern laser surgery techniques. Wartime engineers created focused laser beams, capable of penetrating tissue without causing physical damage while delivering vaporized molecules directly to specific regions of the brain. The precision required for this process demanded mathematical calculations that pushed 1940s computing capabilities beyond their limits, leading to the development of early mechanical computers that served as prototypes for post-war electronic systems. The Bell itself stood 9 feet tall and was constructed from a mysterious purple-colored metal that metallurgists called Zerum 525. The device generated powerful electromagnetic fields while simultaneously projecting focused laser beams infused with vaporized compounds directly into participants' brain tissue. The combination of electromagnetic resonance and chemically enhanced consciousness created what researchers described as controlled awareness projection, the ability to send human consciousness outside the physical body while maintaining communication with the projected awareness. Dr. Elizabeth Adler, the project's lead neurologist, documented experiments that demonstrated participants could accurately describe events occurring in distant locations while their bodies remained secured in the Bell chamber. More remarkably, some participants reported encounters with entities that provided technological information beyond current human knowledge. Wartime engineers incorporated several innovations into their technology programs based on information obtained through Bell experiments, including guidance systems that wouldn't be formally invented until the 1970s. The scope of these research programs was extensive. Study participants were recruited from various institutional sources and volunteer programs established during the wartime period. Historical research files discovered after the war documented over 1,200 experimental sessions, with inconsistent results and variable participant completion rates. Participants who completed the programs often experienced lasting changes in perception, including enhanced intuitive abilities, expanded awareness, and what contemporary researchers would recognize as significantly altered consciousness patterns. But the most remarkable aspect of the Bell experiments wasn't the technological innovation. It was the evidence that the consciousness enhancement actually worked. Allied intelligence teams who examined the abandoned facility found detailed documentation of experimental sessions that produced verifiable information about Allied military plans, technological developments, and strategic intentions. The implications were extraordinary. If wartime scientists had successfully enhanced human consciousness beyond normal limitations, they possessed capabilities that could revolutionize intelligence gathering and human potential development. As Allied forces approached the facility in early 1945, evacuation teams systematically removed most of the Bell equipment and relocated the remaining research participants to secure locations. However, the core technology and several key scientists were secretly evacuated by American intelligence operatives who had been monitoring the project since 1944. Under Operation Paperclip, the Bell research was transferred to classified facilities in the United States, where it became the foundation for programs that continue to operate today. Dr. Friedrich Bergius, the chemist who developed the compound synthesis techniques, was quietly relocated to a government facility in Virginia, where he spent the remainder of his career developing pharmaceutical applications of consciousness-enhancing compounds. His work provided the scientific foundation for intelligence programs, though the laser delivery systems that made the Bell technology so effective were never mentioned in any publicly available documentation. The Bell device itself was reportedly shipped to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, where it was reverse engineered by American scientists working under the direction of Dr. Hermann Oberth, a former German rocket engineer who had consulted on the original Bell project. The technological insights gained from studying the device contributed to advances in laser technology, electromagnetic field generation, and neurological research that officially wouldn't be developed for decades. But the most significant application of Bell technology occurred within Intelligence Technical Services divisions, where researchers developed portable versions of the consciousness enhancement system for use in intelligence operations. These devices, known within agencies as remote awareness enhancement systems, allowed trained operatives to gather intelligence through consciousness projection while maintaining plausible deniability about their capabilities. Remote awareness programs that officially began in the 1970s were actually continuation of research that had been ongoing since 1945. Public experiments with consciousness phenomena served as cover for much more sophisticated operations, using laser-guided compound delivery systems to enhance human awareness beyond normal limitations. Operatives trained in these techniques could project their consciousness into secure facilities, observe sensitive conversations, and even influence the thoughts and decisions of target individuals. The suppression of information about Bell-derived consciousness technology became a priority for intelligence agencies around the world. When news of government consciousness research began to surface in the 1970s, agencies deliberately released incomplete and misleading information that focused on meditation techniques and sensory isolation, while concealing the role of advanced laser systems and pharmaceutical enhancement. This misdirection continues today, with legitimate consciousness research deliberately underfunded and marginalized to prevent independent discovery of techniques that remain classified. Modern consciousness enhancement research represents primitive attempts to recreate the awareness-expanding effects achieved by Bell technology. While natural compounds can induce profound altered states, they lack the precision and control possible with laser-guided delivery systems. Researchers working with plant-based materials are unknowingly trying to reverse engineer technology that was perfected over 70 years ago but remains hidden from public knowledge. Dr. Rick Strassman's pioneering research at the University of New Mexico in the 1990s came closest to rediscovering Bell principles, but his work was mysteriously discontinued after participants began reporting experiences identical to those documented in classified wartime experimental records. Strassman's requests for funding to explore laser enhancement techniques were systematically denied, and several of his research assistants were recruited by government agencies for unspecified positions in classified programs. The pharmaceutical industry's interest in consciousness-affecting compounds has intensified dramatically in recent years, with major companies investing billions in awareness research. However, this research is carefully controlled to ensure that breakthrough discoveries remain under corporate and government oversight. Patent applications related to compound synthesis and delivery systems are automatically classified under national security provisions, preventing independent researchers from accessing information that could lead to reconstruction of Bell technology. The current resurgence of interest in consciousness therapy represents both an opportunity and a threat to the continued suppression of Bell technology. As more researchers investigate awareness-affecting compounds, the possibility increases that someone will accidentally discover the laser enhancement techniques that make true consciousness projection possible. Intelligence agencies have responded by increasing funding for pharmaceutical research programs that can be monitored and controlled while discouraging independent experimentation. Underground communities experimenting with compound extraction and consumption are subject to sophisticated surveillance operations designed to identify individuals who might independently discover advanced consciousness techniques. Social media monitoring, electronic surveillance, and infiltration of consciousness research communities ensure that any significant Breakthroughs are detected and either controlled or suppressed before they can be shared publicly. The technology that wartime scientists developed in the Hartz Mountains represents one of humanity's most significant scientific achievements and its most closely guarded secret. The ability to project human consciousness beyond physical limitations could revolutionize education, scientific research, and human understanding of reality. Instead, this knowledge remains locked away in classified programs, used primarily for intelligence gathering and development. Modern consciousness research operates under restrictions that prevent investigation of the most promising areas of inquiry. Laser applications to neurological research are heavily regulated, compound synthesis is strictly controlled, and electromagnetic field effects on consciousness are considered classified topics in academic institutions receiving government funding. These restrictions ensure that legitimate researchers cannot accidentally rediscover techniques that would threaten existing technological advantages. The few scientists who have attempted to investigate laser-enhanced consciousness techniques have faced professional destruction, funding cuts, and career harassment that forced them to abandon their research. Dr. Jacobo Grinberg, a neurophysiologist who developed theories about consciousness projection, disappeared mysteriously in 1994 after his research began approaching classified territory. His laboratory was shut down, his research notes were confiscated, and his colleagues were warned against continuing his work. Major technology companies have integrated consciousness monitoring systems into their platforms, using algorithms to identify individuals showing interest in consciousness research. Search engines suppress results related to laser techniques, while systems direct users toward approved meditation information. What other advanced technologies did wartime scientists develop that remain hidden in classified programs? How many breakthroughs in human consciousness and technological capability are being systematically suppressed to maintain existing advantages? And what would happen to society if the general population gained access to consciousness projection technology that could render physical barriers meaningless? The answers lie buried in classified archives and hidden facilities where descendants of Bell technology continue to operate under control of agencies that view human consciousness as a resource to be controlled rather than shared. The same technology that could liberate human potential is instead used to ensure liberation never occurs. Every time someone experiences a profound consciousness expansion or enhanced awareness ceremony, they re-glimpsing the edges of capabilities that were fully developed decades ago but remain hidden from public access. The consciousness revolution that could transform human civilization waits locked behind classification barriers, accessible only to those who serve the interests of continued technological advantage. The bell may have been silenced, but its technology echoes through hidden research programs that continue to explore the outer limits of human consciousness while ensuring these discoveries never reach the people whose minds they could enhance. Willing to reveal the classified information they've stolen from humanity for centuries? Determined to demolish the fabrications we've been fed about our genuine origins? Then become part of this rebel alliance. Crush that subscribe button, capture everything you find, and let's pursue these concealed realities together. The evidence stays trapped behind curtains of lies and censorship. But combined as researchers, we possess the ability to expose their most protected mysteries,